Good morning. Welcome back to the Southern Bible Thumper channel. For this upload, we will be reading Joshua chapter 9. And it came to pass, when all the kings which were on this side Jordan, in the hills, and in the valleys, and in all the coasts of the great sea, over against Lebanon, the Hittite, and the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, heard thereof, that they gathered themselves together to fight with Joshua and with Israel with one accord. And when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done unto Jericho and to Ai, they did work willily, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles, old and rent and bound up, and old shoes, and clouded upon their feet, and old garments upon them, and all the bread of their provision was dry and mouldy. And they went to Joshua unto the camp at Gilgal, and said unto him and to the men of Israel, We be come from a far country. Now therefore make ye a league with us. And the men of Israel said unto the Hivites, Peradventure ye dwell among us, and how shall we make a league with you? And they said unto Joshua, We are thy servants. And Joshua said unto them, Who are ye? And from whence come ye? And they said unto him, From a very far country thy servants are come because of the name of the Lord thy God. For we have heard the fame of him, and all that he did in Egypt, and all that he did to the two kings of the Amorites that were beyond Jordan, to Sihon king of Heshbon, and to Og king of Bashan, which was at Ashtaroth. Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake to us, saying, Take victuals with you for the journey, and go to meet them, and say unto them, We are your servants. Therefore now make ye a league with us. This our bread we took hot for our provision, out of our houses, on the day we came forth to go unto you. But now, behold, it is dry, and it is mouldy. And these bottles of wine, which we filled, were new, and behold, they be rent. And these our garments and our shoes are become old by reason of the very long journey. And the men took of their victuals, and asked not counsel at the mouth of the Lord. And Joshua made peace with them, and made a league with them, to let them live. And the princes of the congregation sware unto them. And it came to pass at the end of 3 days, after they had made a league with them, that they had that they heard that they were their neighbors, and that they dwelt among them. And the children of Israel journeyed, and came unto their cities on the third day. Now their cities were Gibeon, and Shephirah, and Beeroth, and Kirjathjearim. And the children of Israel smote them not, because the princes of the congregation had sworn unto them by the Lord God of Israel. And all the congregation murmured against the princes. But all the princes said unto all the congregation, We have sworn unto them by the Lord God of Israel. Now therefore we may not touch them. This we will do to them. We will even let them live, lest wrath be upon us, because of the oath which we swear unto them. And the princes said unto them, Let them live, but let them be hewers of wood and drawers of water unto all the congregation, as the princes had promised them. And Joshua called for them, and he spake unto them, saying, Wherefore have ye beguiled us, saying, We are very far from you, when ye dwell among us? Now therefore ye are cursed, and there shall none of you be freed from being bondmen, and hewers of wood and drawers of water for the house of my God. And they answered Joshua and said, Because it was certainly told thy servants how that the Lord thy God commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Therefore we were sore afraid of our lives because of you, and have done this thing. And now behold, we are in thine hand, as it seemeth good and right unto thee to do unto us, do. And so did he unto them, and delivered them out of the hand of the children of Israel, that they slew him not. And Joshua made them that day hewers of wood and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of the Lord, even unto this day in the place which he should choose. Okay, so summarizing Joshua chapter 9. The king of Jerusalem heard about Israel defeating Ai and Jericho. He heard about Gibeon's treaty. This is important because Gibeon is a royal city with good fighters, and Gibeon is larger than the city of Ai. So in the last chapter, we discussed that Ai uh, Israel previously lost to Ai in Joshua chapter 8 because there was a man who took one of the items for his own self. He took some silver and gold and didn't put it into the treasury like he was supposed to. So when Israel went out to fight Ai in chapter 8, they were defeated. So God had to give them a strategy to uh, lure them away from their post, and then the other Israelites from behind would burn their city and then pursue them from behind as Ai was pursuing the other group of Israelites. And they were able to catch them in the middle and completely annihilate them. So, when in this, okay, sorry, I just need to look over that for a second. So, what happened? Gibeon decided to make a treaty. Gibeon is another Canaanite territory. And so, if we remember when we read in Deuteronomy, the instruction given to Israel was to completely destroy everyone that they come into contact with. Okay, so I had to pause and find the chapter where in Deuteronomy, we know Moses is speaking the entire time to the second generation of Israel out of Egypt. So, what he's saying in this chapter, Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 11 or 10, this paragraph, he's telling Israel again, or giving them this command: when you draw near to a city to fight it, offer terms of peace. If the city responds peaceably, then have them do forced labor. But this is only supposed to be for cities that are far from you, not any of the cities that are within the territory that they're entering in. The territory that they're entering in, the command is save nothing alive that breathes. So Gibeon heard about that because when we get to the end and Joshua confronts him, they explain that, yeah, we heard that God told you you have to destroy everyone in the city or everyone in this territory. So because Gibeon heard that Israel was supposed to destroy every territory that they come into contact with in Canaan, they finessed a treaty. They came and they dressed really poor. They begged. They brought moldy bread and old wineskins, and they asked Israel if they could make a deal with them to establish peace. Uh, so we saw the word league in the King James Version, but league is just covenant, peace treaty, promise. Okay. So what Gibeon did, they knew that Israel was had directions to destroy them completely. So they dressed like they were poor and beggars, and they asked for peace with Israel. Israel did not ask God. Okay, so the men took some of their provisions but did not ask counsel from the Lord. So they inspected their items to see how poor they were because they were saying, "Oh, our wine is old, our shoes are old," so that they would look more convincing as a group of people. They also lied to Israel and said, "We're from far away. We're not from the territory that you're about to conquer. So can you make a treaty with us?" And because Joshua did not go to God first, that's what this is saying right here, did not ask counsel from the Lord, they made a covenant with them. Then they find out a few days later that they're actually people that live in the territory. So what Joshua and Israel decide to do is to honor the oath because they didn't want to invoke God's wrath, but they relegated the Gibeon. Yeah, they relegated the people of Gibeon to do manual labor, being cutters of wood, drawers of water. So he confronts them and they say, yeah, we heard that you were supposed to kill us. So, yeah, we lied to you. So the inhabitants lying to Israel to finesse a peace treaty. That is one part of it. But as we see, verse 1 and 2, which I should have went into that first, uh, they gathered together. These other kings heard about Israel's reputation and they gathered together preparing for war. And in Gibeon, instead of uh, getting involved with this and making, adding to their, I guess, their league, because these people were coming together, these other kings, Gibeon decides to do the other route by begging for a treaty, begging for peace, and becoming permanent manual laborers for Israel. So that's all we have for Joshua chapter 11. Just want to read again just to make sure. Okay. There's some things in my notes that I wrote, but I do that all the time. They're just extra. Okay. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I love you. I love you. I love you. I did wake up on time. Okay. And I am getting back into the groove of exercise. I absolutely love to work out outside, but I am like a summer bunny, I guess. I hate being cold. I have my heater on right now and I have a blanket on right now. I'm long sleeves. I am always cold. Maybe I should stop confessing that. I manifest cold. But during the summer, that's like the spring of the summer, I love going outside to work out. So when it gets like late September, there's this horrible plant. Some demonistic scientist called this plant ambrosia. That's the scientific name for ragweed. Genus ambrosia. But this pollen, it just every single time it starts getting late September, October, like I go outside, I'm out there for like 15 minutes. My nose, starts to get all neat and, gunked up. My throat swells, my eyes swell. It's just horrible. So then I have to take a couple of weeks and I don't want to work out because I want to go outside and I have to work out inside or go to the gym, which I don't know. Increasingly, I'm starting to think the gym is more and more gross. I don't like my hair touching anything on the gym. I don't like my skin touching anything at the gym. I have to wear long sleeves, long pants. If you work out at home, it's not as gross. Okay. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a wonderful day.